Prom season is here, and with that comes more newly licensed teens on the road, along with an increase in drinking and driving. Here now with some advice on how to keep our teens safe is Tom Yost of the Yost Legal Group. Tom, welcome.
Good morning. Thanks for having me, Elsa.
I'm happy to have you here. So we want our teens to have a good time this prom season, but what are some of the dangers that we as parents need to be on the lookout for?
One of the big issues at this time of year, whether it's a prom party or graduation party, is young adults drinking alcohol.
Okay.
We all know that they're not really, they don't make the best decisions with alcohol. That's why we have laws that prohibit people under 21 from being served alcohol by parents or anyone. And it's a risk.
So what can parents do to try and circumvent that or try to protect their kids?
Yeah, so one of the most important things for parents is not to serve alcohol to children under 21 in their house, not to permit alcohol to be served. And if there's going to be parties after the prom, a lot of parents have parties at their homes so they know where their children are going to be.
Well, that sounds basic, but it really isn't, because we hear about that year after year where parents will provide alcohol under the guise of, hey, they're at my home and it's safe because I'm watching them. But you say that that is a bad idea, correct?
Yeah, and so the Maryland courts have addressed this. First, the legislature in 2016 changed the law in Maryland. They've now made it, it was always a crime, but it was punishable by a $5,000 fine. Now it's punishable by a fine and up to a year in jail if you serve minors alcohol.
Wow.
And the other thing that the courts did, not the legislature, but they now hold parents civilly responsible if they serve alcohol to minors and they leave the party and they hurt themselves or someone else. The parents can be sued because they have a legal duty not to let them have alcohol, and if they do, to take action to prevent them from harming themselves or others.
And there's cases where this has actually happened already, correct?
Yeah, there's two appellate cases that went up to the court in 2016. In one of the cases, a 17-year-old young man was drinking at a party. The adult had bought beer for the minors. He was in the back of a pickup truck, and it rolled over, and he died. And the family was sued for throwing this party.
So there's no benefit to this for parents just to do this. You don't want to be the cool mom or the cool dad, because it's not cool.
No.
It's all bad.
With minors, it's pretty clear. In
Yes.
fact, there's approximately 18 states in the United States that will hold social hosts responsible, even if they serve adults too much alcohol and they go out and hurt somebody. There are another 8 states that hold social hosts responsible if they overserve or if they serve any alcohol to minors, which is a cause of harm. And Maryland is one of those states, only the minors at this point.
So any tips to keep our prom goers safe? I mean, outside of parents not serving alcohol, just the conversations that we're having with our teens?
Yeah, absolutely. You know, teens are thinking, well, I'm almost an adult, I should be drinking alcohol.
I'll be in college in a couple of months.
And that's another problem in college, because they're still usually minors in most states.
Right.
But yeah, so the best thing is to teach your teens not to drink alcohol. At parties with other people, peer pressure is a problem. And they make bad decisions, usually in groups of other younger people where they're encouraged to drink more alcohol.
Well, there are alternatives that you can do too. Parents can still host these parties, just not that way.
Absolutely. And you know, if you're a parent and you find that children have been drinking alcohol and they've come to your house, take their keys.
Yes.
Collect everybody's keys. A lot of the harm is done when minors are drinking and driving, is what we see again and again and again. Or some parents, if they feel they can't control their minor children, they'll rent a bus or some other way so that no one will be on the road driving, which is where a lot of the harm occurs.
As parents, you got to be one step forward, 2 steps in front of your kid. Thank you so much. Appreciate you being here. And you can learn more at yostlaw.com. There's some practical tips online there. We'll be right back right after this. Stay tuned.